The great Mark Bull-Allen, inspiring leader of the Wellington Hurricanes. A very charismatic man. He really has led by example. One of the shining lights in Super 12 and a very powerful front row. And look at the hair there of Christian Cullen. He's gone platinum blonde. In fact, all of the Wellington players have spent some time with the hairdressers, I think. The tight five have certainly had shaves up top, but there's the Wellington lineup. And some great match winners in Cullen, Umaga, who with Joe Rock, the leading try scorer in the tournament. Young Ranby, a 19-year-old who's destined for greater things. A very powerful back row, Tia, devastating runner at the back. And that great front row of Coffin, Hewitt and Mark Bull-Allen. Well, there's Christian Cullen. What a dasher he is. 9 tries in Super 12. He got 2 against the ACT Brumbies at Athletic Park last weekend.
Tia had a huge game for Wellington last week. Broke the line in close. They've got to shut him down tonight. He's a game winner.
So now we await the ACT Brumbies. But Mark Allen just, I think, took everything very objectively last week. He said that the better side won on the day, and they are about to take the field. Brett Robinson and his ACT Brumbies. These two teams really mirror images of each other. Very similar in their try scoring, their style of play, their defensive records, and their gifted attackers. Bruce Stadium roars to life for the Brumbies. We have Brumby mania here in the nation's capital. Even the politicians have been involved. Bronwyn Bishop has claimed Rod McQueen as one of her constituents. As we look at the ACT lineup, and for the 8th Super 12 match in a row, it is the same starting 15. Holbeck has been in outstanding form this season, normally an inside centre, but the playmakers there in 12, 10 and 9, Howard, Knox and Cregan. Owen Finnegan had been under an injury cloud with an ankle ligament problem. He passed a fitness test, and of course Noriega with a bad cork is okay too. But there's Pat Howard. Well, he really has staked a very strong claim for the Wallaby Test team. The son of Jake Howard, the assistant coach of the Wallabies last year, and of course the immortal Cyril Towers, his grandfather. So it really is a spectacular scene here, and Chris Handy, Patricio Noriega, the general, will be really
he'll be heading it out. Yes, he will be good, and it's hard to hear with all this fireworks on the sideline. There'll be plenty up front as Owen Finnegan gets them ready. Noriega just really keen to get into it.
Tanuki Tau, number 18, has been an outstanding sub this year. Harrison has also come of age, the young lock. And looking at the Wellington lineup, Jarman, the scrum half, Cunningham, a very classy player. Marker has made a big impact when he's come on. But what about the refrigerator there, number 21, Tharban Bhati, 135 kilos. We'll see him in the second half. So all is just about in readiness. The referee is Andre Watson from South Africa. He handled Australia-Canada last year. He only took up refereeing back in 1987. Here we go. The Brumbies from the right. That's where they receive the ball. And David Knox with a great touch finder. And they will get some very partisan support from this crowd, but looks as though it could beat the ground record tonight.
Noxie, the Wellington Hurricanes charging through. Took the kick option. Excellent kick under pressure.
You just keep them in line. Just line them up.
Well, we only saw 11 lineouts in last week's game at Athletic Park. The Brumbies didn't even get a throw in the second half.
Just the ball.
Norm Hewitt. Cooksley and Russell, 2 outstanding line jumpers for the Wellington Hurricanes. Phil Coffin comes in to pick up that ball, wrapped up by Robinson, just short of the halfway line. O'Halloran coming through on Larkham. So a clever tactic into the box. Man stepping into touch. Ball lost ahead there by Larkham. So it looks as though we're going to see some tactical kicking, Simon, in the early stages from the Hurricanes.
Yeah, well, both sides, they had a huge one last weekend, just trying to find little cracks here early. We'll see a bit of the use of the boot early until they sort that out.
This is good. Scrum man line out early in the game. You get these 2 big packs right into contact with each other. Cold night, looking to use all the skills.
So the Hurricanes enjoying a solid weight advantage in the scrum as a tackle affected. We're now only 35 metres out. Tia, driven backwards by Finnegan. Coming back for Preston. Here's Basham. O'Halloran now. Basham got away from Knox. Brumbies tow it through. Cleaned up by Tia. 8 metres into Brumby territory. Preston. Cullen, the danger man. And beautiful position there from Stephen Larkham. Kana Umanga.
No shoulders. I want to see a tackle.
And it looks as though there was a late shoulder there on Larkham. So that's the first full penalty.
Well, as the referee has said here, he wants to see arms used, not just shoulders in these tackles. Umanga then just coming with a shoulder charge as a Brumbies fine touch. Last week the Wellington Hurricanes found it hard to get past this Brumby defence early on. Using the little chip kick, Cullen that time didn't come off.
So this match is being broadcast across Australia on the 7 Network and Fox Sports, live across South Africa on Mnet Supersport, in New Zealand on Sky and One World of Sport, and throughout Europe on B-Sky B and Canal+. Basham now. This is Ranby. Mistake by O'Halloran. Just watching the defence that time.
Let's go.
So early nerves. Brumbies have a chance for a turnover.
Advantage.
Here goes George Gregan. Joe Roth. Hardy. Gregan. He's there. What a start. And what vision from Gregan and Roth. Dynamic beginning for the Brumbies.
How about this pass from Joe Roth? It was splendid stuff. Sends out to Hardy. Perfect. Hardy gets the jump on Randell. Back inside, Cullen slips over, and Gregan, plenty of pace, motors in.
Well, that is an electric start, Chris Handy.
We've talked about the composure of this team, and look at it right here. Mitch Hardy goes down the line as Randall comes to him, just tiptoeing down the line, is able to deliver inside. Gregan crosses as easy as you like.
That is George Gregan's 7th try in Super 12 this season. And he was last week voted the outstanding player in the whole tournament. So the mistake coming from the Wellington Hurricanes in midfield. And just like we saw with the Auckland Blues this afternoon, it was really punished. So David Knox, who featured on the front page of the Canberra Times yesterday, dressed up as a sorcerer or a wizard. Can he make it 7-0? Just going out to the right. The crowd went a little early. So the Brumbies ahead by 5-0.
Well, Gregan, he's positioned himself through the Super 12 for tries marvellously.
Here's George Gregan in the play again. To Knox. They're moving it wide. Great hands. Holbeck. Into space. Roth is with him. This is Hardy. Larkham also there. What a counter-attack from only 10 metres out from their goal line. The Brumbies want quick ball. They can't get it.
Well, Norm Hewitt in there sacrificing his body. Almost illegal. Referee had a look, let it go. So we stopped for an injury, but the Brumbies really gave it to Hewitt here. Fantastic play here by the Brumbies. Over to you, Buddha.
Just arrived out of nothing. It came to David Knox, and because the pass was well in front of him and he's got great peripheral vision, he pushed it on. And these guys just struck into immediate motion.
Hold up, on the mark. Sit down, go.
Brumbies ahead by 5-0. Ruled by the Hurricanes. Howard worked it to Roth. Larkham! Couldn't get the pass inside. Brilliant defence over there.
Well, the Brumbies realised that the Hurricanes would have been looking at that game last week, studying the video. They brought a new armoury of moves out, and this one a smart blindside
Tia with a try-saving tackle. Big shot there from the Brumbies. Preston under a bit of bother there.
Do it again. Come back.
Full concentration required. Ewan McKenzie, Bull Allen on this side of the scrum really having a go at each other.
Break up, fellas.
Two great competitors.
Break it up. Come on, Brumbies. Let's get up. Break it up. Fellas, this side of the fight.
Yes, well, Ewan McKenzie has come right into test calculations. He's been the form tight head in Super 12 here in Australia.
Sit there, White.
Mark Allen, also very much in All Black contention as a backup to Dowd, Fitzpatrick and Oliver. So there's a free kick. Scrum infringement there, Chris, by the Brumbies.
The referee saying engaging too early. I don't know, it's a moot point. Wellington looked uncomfortable and not really keen to pack.
Bishop hasn't found his touch. This is Larkham, the big strider. Oh, he was collared there. That was Smiley Barrett, a Taranaki dairy farmer. Father of 5, veteran of over 134 games for Taranaki.
He's put in the hard yards for Taranaki. Had a pretty useful game last week for the Hurricanes, coming in from the injured Creston Davis.
So the Hurricanes just trying to settle the pace down a bit. It's been fast and furious, the onslaught early on. It's Cooksley, he's taken out. That's a penalty.
Number 6.
Owen Finnegan's been called out here.
No way. Come here.
So that was ridiculous play. And Cooksley staying down here.
Well, I said it before, this is a bad part of Owen Finnegan's game, his discipline.
He's right up in the
Was Sin Bin 2 weeks ago.
You don't play him when he's in the air. Yeah, sorry. Wait until he comes down, okay? Get your timing right. Thanks. Get your timing right. Are you okay?
Understanding talk here by the referee. Probably a little bit unlucky here on Finnegan.
Go 10.
Finnegan taking out one of the other players, not actually the jumper that time, which caused the nasty fall, so probably just as bad. So a good touch finder and a chance for the Hurricanes to settle now and consolidate. But Leslie off the field. Let's hope it's only temporary.
Looks like rib cartilages and he's uncomfortable. I doubt that he'll be joining too much more. He's been a great competitor this year, Martin Leslie.
So the female marker is on the field. He's the brother of Isatolo marker. He plays for Otago Highlanders. That's Umanga. Troy Coker in for the tackle. Preston 35 metres out from the Brumbies goal line. Is Bishop. O'Halloran inside. Solidly wrapped up.
Last feet. Last feet.
Big hit there by David Giffen.
Yellow ball, going forward. Get out.
So the Brumbies edging ahead. And they have the scrum feed. 33 metres out.
Okay, on the mark.
Excellent defence by David Giffen. Picked the man coming back in from Bishop. Let's watch it. Gets buried.
I call him Gimp. He's got all his family here tonight to watch him. His father Terry, his brother down from Brisbane.
So the score here at Bruce Stadium, ACT Brumbies 5, Wellington 0.
Wait, guys. Okay.
So those two very mobile locks, Langford and Giffen, opposed to Cooksley and Russell, two absolute giants at nearly 6 feet 10, 203 centimetres. Here's Cullen. He's got a bit of space. Oh, just caught by David Knox. That was nasty for the Brumbies. Here's Barrett now. Marker was there. Bull Allen comes in on Hewitt. They're inside the quarter. This is the Hurricanes' chance to hit back. Allen still going. 12 metres out from the goal line. Bishop. Tia. Robinson stopped him. Still inside the quarter. Preston runs again.
No play on.
That's Russell. Marker comes in. So does Preston.
Last feet, number
Bishop
5.
wants it.
Advantage.
There's the in-pass for Cullen. He was sandwiched. Gregan. And also Pat Howard.
Offside, number 7 and 12.
7 and 12 ruled offside.
Well, the referee, Andre Watson, is mic'd to his touch judges. The touch judge is giving a lot of input into the offside here.
Wait, hold it.
Played advantage all through this movement.
So good variation, Chris, from the Wellington Hurricanes. The inside switches causing a few problems for the Brumbies defence.
Well, the inside switches, and then they're going in the same direction that they were initially. So if there's the weakness out wide, the move back inside to check the cover defence, and then going back out again to the point of weakness. So this is clever play. They've watched the Brumbies. They know their own style. They're the one back inside. Cullen straightening and looking to link outside.
Now you had to swing at the guy. None of that, we won't have it. Turn it around, it's there. White. Okay.
So it looks as though the penalty has been reversed on the touch judge report for an illegality. So the Brumbies now through Larkham.
Well, I think he's tried to ping Norm Hewitt there for cleaning out. Probably a bit hard on Hewitt.
Okay, that's done. That's
Part and parcel of the game to free up the ball.
I think it was the Wellington officials, coaches that spoke with the referees earlier today, and the referee spoke with both teams about cleaning out of the players. And they've been the recipients of a fairly hard line on this, taking out the man without the ball.
There's Caputo lobbing to Giffen. Great jump there by David Giffen. It's marker number 18 with the orange headgear. Caputo now.
Keep it up.
Kuka. We're 10 from halfway.
It's available. It's available.
Brumbies getting the only points. The try to George Gregan. Here's Knox. Hold back to Knox. Howard. Robinson. And just a communication breakdown as Hardy came inside.
Clever use of the loop there by the Brumbies, plus the extra man coming in. Had Wellington totally confused there for a couple of seconds. Ruck and maul count, Wellington leading by 9-2 against the Brumbies.
So Russell sweeping this time, he gets it. Makes about 7 metres. Marker comes in. They go straight up the centre through Hewitt. They've lost it. Gregan. Knox now. Overlap. He saw it. This is Holbeck. Great tackle out wide. Roth. And a clever kick upfield. Christian Cullen knocking the ball backwards. And he keeps it in play. Larkham. Gregan back there with him. Here they go. Hardy almost lost it. Space. Gregan loops. George Gregan. Corner line. Umanga. McKenzie's in field. So is Preston.
Well, almost the greatest moment in Ewan McKenzie's life, scoring a try from a kick through. He was steaming.
The last try I think he scored was in the World Cup final, and they didn't give that one to him either. It went to Tony Daly, 1991.
How long is it since we've seen that the centre kick used? And George Gregan used it to perfection. The counter-attack is good when you move the ball wide straight away. Hardy cleverly, he's improving game by game. Gregan gets every inch out of this before he just shoots one off the foot inside.
Even Stevens in the line out so far.
Caputo lost that first throw to the line out and be keen to get these right on target.
It's taken by Coker at the front. So they really are mixing up those line-outs. Giffen, Langford, Coker so far. Brumbies drive ahead. Cooksey comes in. Very good communication here from McKenzie and Noriega. Coming back now for Gregan and Knox. Howard. Oh, lovely deception again to Hardy. He's been so involved, Mitch Hardy, in the early stages. Gregan again. Knox. Beautiful pass there to Finnegan. He slipped over. There's the clean out to Caputo.
Last feet, yellow.
Coming back to Gregan.
Number 3.
So much deception. Hold back now. They pinched it.
Number 3 and 1, offside.
I think there was some earlier offside at the previous maul. You heard the referee say it.
Number 3.
And it's against Phil Coffin. And also Mark Allen.
Allowing this game to run, the referee. Good skills being shown, very close marking. Both teams not wanting to let the other side get the jump, and they're just right on that advantage line.
Play on, take your time.
What a massive front row Wellington has, Chris. Mark Allen, 115 kilos. Coffin, 123. Normie Hewitt, 110.
Bill Favenbardi standing on the sideline as well. He's a giant.
Ball's live. Let's get the water off. The ball's live. We're playing on. Thank you.
So, Simon, how do you see the first 20?
Well, obviously it's very even out there, but the Brumbies certainly have got the upper hand.
David Knox to make it 8-0. And he's missed it from right in front. Well, still 5-0.
David Knox, you'd never believe he'd miss a kick like that.
They called him the Wizard, but nothing special.
There's Christian Cullen with the dropout. Well taken by Coker. Brumbies drive ahead again, up towards the 22. And they've lost it. Chance here for the Hurricanes. This is Marker. Dino Marker taking it almost to halfway. Bishop. O'Halloran. Over Umunga's head. Here's Roth. Umunga got away and went into touch.
Both sides have thrown some pretty ordinary passes in the early part of this game, and this was one of the specials. Almost a trip there from Joe Roth.
So we're on the 10-metre line here, and Caputo with the throw. Tia, but David Giffen really like a gazelle that time. Noriega's okay. Coker. Back to Caputo. Barrett the tackler. That's the 22-metre line ahead. Gregan now. Finnegan. Well hit there by Hewitt. He read it, the flick pass. Knox. Howard. Knox. Roth. Joe Roth. Try number 2 to the Brumbies. Well, David Knox was dressed up as a wizard. Call him a sorcerer after that one.
The Brumbies poetry in motion. David Knox working his tricks. Gregan gets the ball away. Watch Knox slip into the gap here. And just the pass to Roth sets him running for the line as Umunga comes across. Can't stop him.
14th try of the season for Joe Roth.
I've had great success with this play, sliding wide all the time. And the loop was on, and Roth knows when to get in. Even Umunga, it's quick and strong, couldn't stop Roth.
And Simon, the beautiful timing of the pass there from Pat Howard, the inside centre, that was the key to that incisive break by the Brumbies.
Well, Pat Howard close to the best player on the field last week for the Brumbies in Wellington. Underplays his hand a bit sometimes. But David Knox still in doubt whether he'll get a run as the Australian fly half this year. Certainly on his form so far this season, he's got to be up there amongst them.
Well, I think New Zealanders would be listening in disbelief at those words, Simon. Knox is a cut above the rest. Just out from the quarter. David Knox off target with his kicking boots so far. Well, his handling skills and passing have been spot on, but none out of 3 for Knox. It's 10-0. Barrett second from the back. He'll lift Cooksley. Troy Coker that time. No, it wasn't Coker. So it was Langford or Giffen. We're just out from the quarter. That was Coker. Gregan goes in to Knox. Plenty of variation again to Knox. Howard. 35 metres out from the Brumbies goal line. They're very composed. Joe Roth to Coker. Big charge over the halfway line.
Shoulders high.
So just a little high And the tackle there from Tia
I want you to bind with your hands. None of this.
No shoulder charges.
Well, it's the second time the Hurricanes have been picked up tonight for the shoulder charges.
Get it down, and I want you to bind.
Just takes a bit of discipline. Coker, a big man, 120 kilos. I think he's very unlucky to be penalised there, Tia.
Very tough call for that. I think he was on one side of them, and to get the shoulder and arm in contact right across the ball.
Yes, well, even the earlier one on Umaga looked to be line ball as well. But we're down inside the quarter. The Brumbies have it by 10-0. But they've missed 3 shots at goal.
Brumbies a split line out. Gives a chance to try and confuse the Wellington jumpers.
Caputo. Giffen at the back. Over his head. Marker. Got away from Howard. Roth got him. Halfway line. Preston. Great attacking platform here for the Hurricanes.
That's it, hands off, White.
Brumbies defence regroups. Hewitt goes in to clean out. Allen from halfback. Bishop looking for the corner, but he's gone too far. And that really does let the ACT Brumbies off the hook. 10-0 in favour of the locals. So here we go. The Brumbies with the restart here. 2 unconverted tries their tally.
The Hurricanes are going to get back in this game. They've got to try and keep the ball in hand and throw it round. There's no way in the world doing this sort of thing that Bishop's doing they're going to win this game. This is the last chance to get to that final in Auckland next week. They're playing some pretty ordinary plays.
Well, it looks as though they've won the little drop out there. Clever play, back for Gregan. He didn't see it. Bull Allen knocked on.
Knock on, bad luck. That's a knock on.
But very alert play there by the Hurricane skipper. Just a shame he couldn't pick the ball up.
And every possession's crucial.
Bad luck, number 1.
This short interchange, firstly by the Brumbies and then by Wellington, could have been really important in under the Brumbies' pace.
Some running repairs here for David Knox.
David Knox has actually got a bicep. Look at it.
David Knox, Simon, is actually one of the strongest players in the Brumbies backline. He lifts very big weights, which would surprise a lot of people.
You're right, Gordon. I'm surprised.
Yeah, well, he does actually bench press a fairly formidable total. But certainly he's been dictating things very well behind this Brumbies pack.
Right ball. On the mark. Let's go. It's clutch. Go in.
Coker at the back here for Gregan and Knox. Little step. Gregan now. Good option there up towards halfway and over it. Cullen now with pace. He got away from Howard. Here's Umaga to open up. Brilliant play from Umaga. Randall, Gregan across. O'Halloran. Who's there? That's Barrett. Barrett still going. The Hurricanes driven back in the tackle. Oh, that man was in front of the kicker. The referee missed it. Some offside play. Here's Tia. The Brumbies pick up. Holbeck.
Offside, number 7.
And the referee spots some offside in front of the posts.
Bring the ball.
They're playing on quickly. Tia. Couldn't quite get there. The try's on here for the Hurricanes. Bishop. O'Halloran just short.
Got away, White. Got away, White. Got away.
Preston. Chance on the blind side. The ball tied up by the Brumbies.
Get onside.
Thaban Bhati. Brumbies desperately holding on. Now there's an overlap. They have to score. O'Halloran caught. Then threw a bad pass. Hewitt. I think he knocked on. The referee plays another offside. Penalty 5 metres out in front of the goalposts. This will bring the Hurricanes right back into it.
On the line, behind the line.
Scrambly stuff. Trying for the 5-pointer. It was a good move by the Hurricanes, but just not able to be composed enough to get it across the line.
Well, John Preston is going for the penalty goal, so the Brumbies saved a possible 7 points there. The net deficit will be just 4 if Preston is successful.
Almost through here, Wellington. Ball goes out wide. Norm Hewitt doing a Sean Fitzpatrick, looking for the try in the corner.
Preston from point-blank range. He makes no mistake, so the Hurricanes are finally on the board. They don't seem to have too much support here. 10 plays 3. But it's only a converted try the difference. And some welcome points there for the Wellington Hurricanes. Here's Larkham. Well, it's been a monumental struggle. Coming up to half-time, just 7 points the difference. Giffen goes high. Brumbies have it. It's Noriega. Caputo did well that time to maul it back to Giffen. McKenzie steps over. Knox. A tester. Howard coming through. Up they go. Howard got it. How did he do that? Now they can do it. 10 metres from the goal line. And interfering with the ball on the ground. Well, that was a let-off there for the Hurricanes.
Well, I thought referee Andre Watson was going to use a sin bin in this position. The Brumbies. Howard, what a catch.
And he did it because he kept his eye glued on the ball. Suspended up over the top. Did great work, but Ewan McKenzie in the lead-up is he's just playing his britches off. A big link.
Yes, well, Barrett must have been very close to a sin bin there. That was a professional foul, and the Brumbies have a chance to hit back immediately.
Well, Wellington could say that the Brumbies were professional fouling him down the other end of the field, and certainly slowing that Wellington ball up as they were on attack. And David Knox has a chance to put one over for 3 points.
Knox with his head down this time. And finally he raises the flags. 1 from 4. So the margin back to 10 points here at Bruce Stadium in what looks to be a 25,000 strong crowd. Yes, the biggest crowd ever for a rugby match here in Canberra. So Christian Cullen with the restart. It's Wellington, the capital of New Zealand, against Canberra, the capital of the ACT of Australia. Howard. What a grand game he's had so far.
Last feet.
Coming back for Gregan. Knox standing on the right.
That's up. That's up. That's up.
Knox wants it, but Gregan's still talking to the referee. Players are on the ground there holding on to it. Here's Knox now. Very slow ball. Gregan did well. Hardy.
Play on.
Well, that one's out on the full. So you can hold on to the ball providing you're on your feet. And the referee adjudged that the Hurricanes were that time.
A big Bill Valavati going for the trip then. Referee missed it. George Gregan having a great chat at the back of that maul to the referee. Eventually got the ball his way.
Very hungry performer, Norm Hewitt. That one going to Barrett. Here's Bashop. Ramby back to Umunga. Oh, he lost it. 10 from halfway. Will the Brumbies punish here? Knox. Howard. Back to Roth. Slarkham and Hardy. That's a Coker on the wing. Caputo came in to clean out. Back for Gregan. Knox telling the backs to get out. They're going wide again. Knock on by Finnegan. Now the Hurricanes can counter-attack. Basham up the centre. That's Russell, wrapped up solidly. Good tackle there by
No advantage.
to be John Langford. Or it might have been David Giffen.
Well, this loose ball, a counter-attacking ball, is very dangerous stuff. That time, Wellington not using it. Back to a set scrum here. Much easier to defend than the counter-attack.
Tackler actually was Owen Finnegan. But this is a great attacking platform here for the Hurricanes. Cullen's on the left. Here's Randall. He got away from Hardy. Cullen overran him. And again they're into touch. Well, that's been a failing.
There's Randall, the peroxide blonde, heading into trouble here. Howard is a very strong defender.
Gregan got him by the collar. Gregan is everywhere in cover defence.
Stay on the line. Stay.
So Langford at the front this time. Giffen wants it. He got it.
No, number 4.
And again the man taken out. That was against Mike Russell. Penalty 15 metres in. We close on half-time. 43 minutes of actual playing time so far. Here's Knox.
David Knox kicking into a slight breeze from the southwest. Puts the Brumbies in an excellent attacking position.
Probably about 30 seconds before the break. Brumbies ahead by 10. Giffen right at the back this time. Taken by Langford. Good drive by Noriega. Back to Caputo. He needs support. Gregan's there. Robinson over the quarter. Hands go in there. The referee doing a lot of talking. This could well be the last scrum before the break.
On your feet, 21. Wait,
will the Brumbies bring their backs in for this rectangular formation? They are.
No, well, they put Finnegan out the fly half.
They're all standing. Here's Gregan. They vary it. Larkham to Rock. Umaga in front. Roth got it back. Wellington desperately holding on here now. Another scrum.
Is it right? You're right. What's going?
Really thought they went out, the Brumbies. Put Finnegan the fly half. Used him as a dummy. Sent the ball wide with Gregan doubling round.
Let's go.
Almost got past this Wellington Hurricanes defence. Umunga across to put him down.
There's the hooter for half-time. The Hurricanes must defend this attack. Coker to Gregan. Great hands. They've still got it. Gregan. Hardy. One-on-one.
Let it go, White. It's fine.
Well, the Hurricanes have held on. That will be half-time. The referee blows it up. So some valiant defence there by the Wellington Hurricanes right on the break. The Brumbies get a standing ovation from their supporters here at Bruce. At half-time, tries to Gregan and Rock. Knox, one penalty goal. And the only reply from the Hurricanes, a penalty by John Preston. Half-time, 13-3 to the Brumbies.
Are you ready, Brett? Let's go for it.
Here we go, 40 minutes remaining. The Brumbies ahead by 10. Umunga really needing to spark his side. And also they want some quick ruck ball. Allen, a great surge up towards halfway. Preston now and Bashop. Bashop goes deep off the side of his boots. This is Larkham. A left footer. Ball taken by Preston.
That's fine. No offside.
Sarbanbati. He beat one tackle. 45 metres out from the goal line. Now they plug away in close. Basham again. Umaga. He beat the first line. Very hard man to stop. Mackenzie's there. This is a great start to the second term by the Hurricanes. Basham. They're trying to turn him over. Players diving in. Here's Preston. Randall. Couldn't offload to Hewitt, but they're retaining the ball here and getting closer. Just out from the quarter. Brumbies regroup. Out wide. O'Halloran. Oh, big hit. Owen Finnegan. Huge. Coming back again for Preston. Roth comes out to this blind side. Cullen's out here too. Basham now. Spots a gap. He's through. Larkham the tackler. Hewitt. That's Umaga. Brumbies in trouble here. Preston. Tharman Bharti. Well, they must have won 10 rucks in a row. This is Randall. Gregan the tackler. Roth wraps him up, but he slipped out of the tackle. And it's been lost ahead finally. Tremendous defence from the Brumbies. They're frustrating the Hurricanes.
Well, hat off to both sides. Hurricanes, excellent attack, excellent retention of the ball with the Brumbies. What defence. And eventually the mistake forced is Pat Howard, and back play goes down injured.
Great passage of play for the Hurricanes. The good thing about playing against the Brumbies and coming again on in this start of the second half is to retain possession, to get the balance, to recover the composure, to start putting it together. And Tana Umaga is really getting involved.
How's that?
And it's players like this that they'll need, getting their hands on ball all the time.
So Robinson getting that last tackle on Tharman Bharti after missing the earlier one. John Langford also pulling off a critical tackle. So here's Gregan at the back. Larkham. And he got a nice slice of that one. Just out from the 22 though. Hurricanes with the feed. Can they launch it here?
Wellington really wasted an opportunity there in attack. Tharman Bharti was the wrong guy to pass the ball to. They had three players on the run out wide. That didn't happen.
So here's Norm Hewitt. Cooksley at number 4. Easley. Allen works it to Maka. He was wrapped up by Langford and Noriega. Preston to Basham. Goes wide now to Ranby. Loose pass, Basham looping. Chance for Randall. And no risks there from Mitch Hardy. But another line out for the Hurricanes inside the quarter.
I think one of the players the Hurricanes have missed in this passage of play is Martin Leslie, who's been very effective for them in other games, and it's just been that difference. Got to get that back row working, able to be an effective link between backs and forwards.
Stephen Basham's really been probing in the second half. He's been taking the ball to the defensive line, causing problems. Ball taken at the back by Barrett. Here's Basham again. Basham loops. It's Randall coming in. Well read by the defence. On the quarter here. Preston. Cullen wants it right. Basham. Cullen now has it. He has the pace. He's there. Oh, beautiful try there to Christian Cullen. And his electrifying speed left them standing.
Christian Cullen, just one of the great players of world rugby. Most players wouldn't have got through then, but Cullen did. Excellent win by the Wellington side. Goes out wide again. Basham looping this time. Ball made available. Comes out fairly quickly. They go to the right. Basham again and sets Cullen away. Larkham misses a pretty easy tackle there. This is vital for Wellington.
And the conversion is good. So it really is a tense situation now. ACT Brumbies 13, leading the Wellington Hurricanes 10. So big test of character now for the Brumbies. This has been a Brilliant start to the second term by the Hurricanes. They have really played very intelligent rugby. They've held the ball, no mistakes. Brumbies haven't had it in the second half. Well, there's a mistake, their first. That man was offside after the ruck, but the referee plays the accidental offside.
Greater degree of commitment from Brumby forwards. Saw them chase it up that time. Just have to get that continuity in possession.
So Coker at the back here. Here's Knox. Howard working to Hardy. Marker over the top. Good clean out here for Gregan. Well, that man came through to Pilfer, but he's been penalised for offside. He wasn't bound onto the maul.
Well, second time this game that penalty's gone against Kevin Barrett. As Hardy tries to steam his way through here. Watch Barrett comes from the side here. You've got to come behind the last man. He ducks in there, grabs the ball right in front of the referee. Ruck and Maul count in the second half. Wellington 11, the Brumbies 0.
So David Knox now with what shapes is a very vital kick. It looks as though it's going to be cut and thrust in this second half. The Wellington Hurricanes really hurting. And Frank Oliver, their great coach, really hurting after the loss last week in front of that massive crowd at Athletic Park.
Well, the mayor there in Wellington says that he thinks or estimates that Wellington as a city lost about $9 million out of the Wellington Hurricanes not being here this weekend.
So David Knox. Tense concentration from him. He struck it pretty well, but not well enough. Took a bit of sand with that one, so the margin still 3 points. So Barrett, second from the back, marker number 18. Here's Basham. Well, I don't think he'd be happy with that kick. Now Larkin from inside his quarter.
White back line, closing up.
And some offside play ruled there from the line out. They crept inside the 10 metres.
Well, that ball was tapped right from the top of the line out. The referee's being very pedantic in nattling unless they crept early, because right from the top of the line out, that ball was pushed straight away. And as soon as that leaves the line of touch, that invisible line down the middle, you can advance up into that 10-metre territory. It's a tough call, a very technical one.
So the Brumbies now facing the prospect of the opposition drawing level. And yeah, clearly there, David Knox snuck up early, I think, Chris. The ball was thrown in, Knox came inside the 10 metres. So the referee was spot on. He has to stand his ground until the ball touches one of the hands in the line-out. Well, this is shaping as a war of attrition. Preston, he struck it nicely. It was a beauty. John Preston raises the flags. He keeps his 100% kicking record intact. His second penalty goal. It's 13-all. Anxious times for the Hurricanes camp, not to mention the Brumbies, who are being spurred on now by this 25,000+ crowd. Here's David Knox. Brumbies just going into their shell in the second half. They really have to get proactive now. They need some ball and some continuity. Here's Knox. Taken by Giffen. Back to Caputo. Robertson goes with him. Noriega now and Gregan to Knox. Coker. Coker straightens up. Brumbies a little slow to get there, but they get the scrum feed. 18 metres out.
No, that's right in there.
The better stuff from the Brumbies.
Stay on your feet.
We have another injury on the field.
Stay on your feet. Go.
Marco Caputo, well, I won't have a scrum without him. The crowd now really getting well behind this Brumbies side. 15 minutes into the second half.
Well, you've got to remember that the Wellington Hurricanes have played 2 grand finals against the Auckland Blues and then against the Brumbies last week. The Brumbies really trying to lift it here. A critical moment in the game as we approach the 3-quarter stage. 13 all. Two first-half tries to the Brumbies. They missed some try-scoring opportunities, one with a 2-man overlap. The Hurricanes have just held in there. They've tackled ferociously, and they're looking very hungry at the moment. The Brumbies have their chance.
You're right. Crouch and go. Let's go.
There's a big scrum from the Hurricanes. It pops up in the front row. So the referee will reset. Tharvan Barty using all of his 135 kilos, Chris.
Doing pretty well. Good tussle against Noriega.
Here's Gregan now. Set up by Finnegan. David Knox. Howard to Knox. Great pass. Fullback. David Knox. He was going down, and it was straight to the lap of James Holbeck. Third try for the Brumbies.
The Brumbies are thinking man's team. They put Finnegan out to fly half for the scrum, but watch Knox. Watch this ball, he gets away. Watch the Wellington defenders coming across, and Holbeck. That's a vital try.
Pure genius once again, and this man, Pat Howard, look at him hold the ball up, shape it, just a sympathetic pass, tucks it round the corner, and then the looping one, James Holbeck just would be delighted with this. Very clever. Howard gets to the line and just lays it off. This one goes backwards and Holbeck is going forwards.
So Stephen Larkham now the new kicker, and he's pushed it well wide. So the goal kicking woes continue. 1 from 6 for the Brumbies. Will that prove very costly in the final count? 18-13 to the ACT. So the Brumbies scoring 3 tries to 1, but goal kicking keeping.
Troy Coker heading off, and Fanuki Tau, the super sub, comes on.
So Fanuki Tau, a fresh man. Very exciting player. Troy Coker's done a grand job for the Brumbies.
Yeah, Coker had a terrific first half.
So Cullen goes nice and high. Hurricanes come through. Here's Robinson. Fanuki Tau there in his hip pocket. That's Noriega. Langford was right up his backside. Giffen. Fanuki Tau has it. Fanuki Tau with great strength. Brumbies now looking for more. Here comes Hardy. Hardy! Incredible! The Brumbies have struck again.
Listen to that crowd. They love it. The Brumbies within another minute score through Hardy. Knox again, the chip kick, perfect. Hardy gets past Cullen. Wonderful stuff.
Mitch Hardy gets better and better as each Brumbies game rolls on. Kept his eye on the ball. It was a beautifully weighted kick. It had to be to get outside Cullen. Go you good team.
4 tries to the ACT Brumbies, all scored by their backs. David Knox has been in all of them as well, except the George Gregan try in the 3rd minute. But what a killer blow that was.
The Brumbies, they snapped out of their sleeping session now. Back on a roll. David Knox back to his kicking role. This is important.
Knox has 1 from 5. 23-13. This would give the Brumbies a 12-point lead. That's a better one. Hit the post and went through. Luck's a fortune for David Knox and his ACT Brumbies. 12-point advantage.
Well, he cut it close, David Knox, but fortune ran his way.
And now the kick, I think, has gone out on the full from the Hurricanes. What a transformation coming over this game. We've seen the Brumbies do this so often, putting points on the board very quickly. 2 tries in 2 minutes. And they've suddenly put the Hurricanes well and truly back on their heels. Centre field halfway. Brumbies still in contact though. Here's Gregan. Roth. Robinson. Basham the tackler. David Giffen arrived first. Gregan. Knox. Overlap. Howard. Hold back. Howard there. Referee says play on. Howard seemed to lose that forward. Didn't regain. Fanukitau. 10 metres out. Knox. Knock backwards. Larkham. No, the referee said it went forward. He was right in line.
Well, it wasn't pretty. There was ball being shoved and pushed. Their excitement to try and get it across the line. A couple of questionable ones early, but fired up again as David Knox comes quickly to the short side. Pokes one at Howard, who thrusts it back at Larkham.
Oh, I think a few snuck over the back fence. A few thousand.
W3L 54.
Great work by the Brumbies. Take it on from the line out. Now, if you're going to take it on, you've got to use it in the forwards until you can present better ball man on man in the backs. Great work out wide as they bring Roth into the line again. All they need to do.
They're only 15 metres out, Chris.
Just need to keep getting across that advantage line.
Here's Fanukitau. Who's scrum half here? There's no one there at scrum half. It's out. Soccer skills from Howard. He's been isolated. He has to release. And they didn't release. So lack of communication there from the Brumbies. Wellington trail by 12. They've got to have a go here. Tia. Didn't retire 10. So the Hurricanes to get themselves out of the danger zone.
On the touch, Judge. On the 5.
Stephen Basham. 25 metres out. The Hurricanes will have the line-out throw on the 10-metre line in the ACT Brumbies territory. So from severe defence on their goal line, they're now ready to launch something.
Don't give away these Hurricanes yet. Still some fight in them.
Well, the Hurricanes have been very secure on their own line-out ball. Cooksey again. Basham. Ranby's out wide. Marker, well met. Howard over the top. Holbeck underneath. No, it was Larkin. Cullen coming in on the right. Here's Basham. Munga. Roth and Langford out there. Sparrows. They're on the 10-metre line. Carbon Barty into Giffen. Now Wellington starting to look good. Here's Allen. Gregan the tackler. McKenzie was over the top. Basham. Tia. having a go. Robinson holds him up. Can they keep him up off the ground? They did. Brett Robinson with some tremendous strength. He was assisted by one of the other teammates, and a turnover.
Bit of help from Finucane Tau, and that's vital. Tia, Robinson, Finucane Tau. Just hold him up there as Hewitt desperately tries to get in the ground and get that ball out, but not to be.
So Dion Waller coming on with a shaven head. Mike Russell leaves the field. Giffen at the back. And again, not in straight. So the Hurricanes breathe again.
Marco Caputo's stunned. He can't believe it.
Let's get it in. First half was great. Wait, no ball.
Not having a good hit rate tonight.
Don't stand up.
But it certainly does give the Wellington Hurricanes another sniff. Still plenty of time to go. Preston goes out. O'Halloran caught by Gregan. Great defence assisted by Robinson. Quick ball needed. Bishop couldn't hold on. It was a loose pass. It's Randy out there. Allen. Finucane Tau the tackler. Just out from the quarter. Marker. Again caught by Gregan. He's still wrestling. All arms and elbows. Bishop. Referee playing advantage for some offside, I think. Here's Bishop again. Chance now for Ranby. And here's Larkham. He counters. Straight through. Roth. Umanga. Joe Roth. Still going. Holbeck. That's it. The Brumbies will surely go to Eden Park for the grand final as Holbeck gets his second.
We just sit back and watch and wonder at these Brumbies. Larkin, the elusive Larkin, gets a great pass out to Joe Roth. Joe Roth gets past Umanga, stops, almost loses his feet, and finds Holbeck on the steam, and he cruises across.
Well, whether it's ball at his foot or in his hand, Joe Roth is an absolute genius down this grandstand touchline, as he's done on so many occasions here. He's woven a piece of pure genius, and laying back, keeping the ball in field, never one to give up the sideline. James Holbeck, what a Cinderella year of rugby he's had.
And you could say the same about Stephen Larkham too, with that counter-attack, which has been a springboard for so many ACT tries this season. So the Brumbies get their 5th try. The backs have scored them all. And it would be very hard to see the Hurricanes coming back now. They trail by 17.
And what do we say about their coach, Rod McQueen? Is there any better in Australia?
8 minutes before full time. That's allowing for injuries. Acute angle here for Knox. Not a lot of margin in at that time, but the Brumbies out to a 17-point advantage inside the last 10.
Well, the Brumbies haven't they put the foot down. First half all over the place.
There's a deep kickoff. Lost ahead there by ACT. Here's Bishop. Chased by Howard. Howard got him. Umanga! Larkham in front. Larkham got him. Tia. Now the Brumbies hold on. This is Barrett. ACT all offside there. They have a big overlap. They've got to score. Cullen's out wide and they've intercepted. They're all offside though. And Randall goes over for the try, but the penalty back in front of the goalposts.
No advantage. I've done. They stopped.
Well, we've seen a flurry of points scored in next to no time in Super 12. Maybe it's not all over.
I'm sure Wellington are of the mind that it's not over, but they've got to use it and use it well.
Thabanbati crashes into the defence.
Stick ball, last feet.
Kenzie the tackler there. Bull Allen goes in. It's Waller and Preston.
No, play on!
Preston. Lovely pass from Bishop. Well, they just can't pick it up at the moment. It looked to be an infringement early on there by the ACT in front of the goalpost. But the knock-on ruled.
David Giffen down in back play, so the scrum won't go down.
Injury there.
Give both sides a chance to catch some well-needed breath.
Now there, Brett Robinson should have been penalised. He had no rights to be in the play when he was on the ground. The referee missed it.
Lovely little flick pass by Bishop, trying to find Cullen. Holbeck was there.
So the Wellington Hurricanes. And Justin Harrison coming on the field now as David Giffen leaves. Well, what a heroic performance by David Giffen in front of the Australian selectors tonight. Big shunt here from the Hurricanes. Tia. Robinson in defence. Preston wants to go short. Cullen's out there. Cullen back the open side. He's trouble. He's almost there. He is. Was he held up?
Number 15.
Try is awarded to Christian Cullen. He got it down for his second, just as he did last week at Athletic Park. So a dramatic late twist still gives the Wellington Hurricanes a chance.
Christian Cullen, he ripped the Hong Kong Sevens apart 2 years ago and hasn't looked back. Just sliding through this Brumbies defence. Should have been stopped, but it's just something special about the player.
Well, a big kick here. This would make it a 10-point difference. Preston. He's happy. So are the touch judges. Let's look at our clock. And allowing for injuries, we think there's about 4.5 minutes to go. Well, this Wellington Hurricane side, you really have to shower them with praise because they just refuse to say no. They still can do it here. It would take a minor miracle though. Four minutes to go. Here's David Knox. Well, these two sides have just been so close throughout the whole tournament in performance and style of play, and fitting that it's going to be another tight margin. This is Barrett. What a bust. Robinson got the ball. Great tackle there by Owen Finnegan. Gregan goes in. Here goes George. Clever kick. Oh! Dear, oh dear, that's got to be a sin bin, I would think. As the ACT player is taken out. And Dion Waller, deliberate foul there.
Tell you what, Dion Waller is lucky to be on the field. Should have been headed for the sin bin.
David Knox gets the touch. Only 11 metres out. Repeating, 23,731 fans here at Bruce Stadium.
Get on the line. Just the mark. You get under the line. You guys get closer. Get closer. Then half a metre, they fight. Let's get it in.
This has been a problem area for the Brumbies tonight, getting ball into their line out and getting it free-flowing from the top.
Giffen not there. Taken by Langford. Noriega is there. Brumbies take it to ground now. Tia getting in the way. Hewitt trying to dive over and get it. Gregan trying to get it out. Knox. This is Holbeck. He's already got 2 tries. McKenzie cleans out. Gregan again. Well, they're all fringing around the ruck.
No offside.
No offside, says the referee, and a little knock on.
Scrum down. Scrum down. Knocks it on.
Hurricanes no choice but to go wide with this ball.
You play him. Wait up this ball.
Brumbies succumbing to the pressure of Norm Hewitt and co. David Knox, man of the match, and rightly deserving of that honour. What a super game he's had as Marco Caputo goes down with cramp.
Yeah. Ball was out.
Well, we've seen 7 tries scored in the game, but 5 have come from the Brumbies. 2 to Holbeck, 1 each to Gregan, Roth and Hardy. And we think there's only 90 seconds remaining. So even a converted try would still make it nearly impossible for the Hurricanes.
And doesn't it set up a clash, a rematch? The last time the Brumbies just weren't up to the task against Auckland at Eden Park, but finals are all different games. They accelerated to another level against Natal today, the Blues. This Brumbies team can't be underrated.
Well, it's been a tough, grueling game, Simon. We're only 12 metres out from the goal line. 10-point margin. Here they go. Basham through the dummy. Wrapped up by Howard. And they've lost it ahead. Hardy to Roth. Back to Langford. The very professional lock. Here goes Gregan and Finnegan. Caputo cleans out. 12 metres out. That may have been the last hurrah. Drop goal. David Knox hits the post in the field of play. The Hurricanes still alive. We're inside the last minute, we believe. Oh, some pretty ferocious rucking there by Bill Tharbenvati. But the referee was there, and I think Bill's being called out here.
Come here. Come here.
So that would surely be the end of any hope of Wellington revival. The ACT Brumbies, a yellow card for Bill Tharbenvati, but the ACT Brumbies have surely won their way through to the grand final. Just seconds remaining in the game. Brett Robinson, a very special hero as leader of this side tonight. It'll be a shot for goal. They'll waste the time, and it could well be the final play of the game.
Well, next week, Eden Park, the Auckland Blues versus the ACT Brumbies. David Knox hasn't had any luck at all tonight with the sticks. Bounces off. In comes Robinson, and this is where Robinson goes to the ground. This is where we get the ugly bit of rucking going on from Big Bad Bill Tharbenvati. As Robinson goes to the ground, hang on to the ball, and in they come.
So David Knox, very close to the final siren. This would put it out to 13. Referee has a quick look at his watch, and some of the crowd start to leave. 13-point lead, that's it. Historic victory here for the ACT Brumbies. They scored 5 tries to 2. They get a standing ovation from nearly 24,000 fans. The Brumbies are on their way to Eden Park against the Auckland Blues in the grand final of Super 12 1997.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.